Halfway there, living on a prayer. It's game 3 of day 2 of the 2015 CSU Collegiate Invitational. This game features the Argonauts of the University of West Florida and the Fighting Knights of Lynn University. Hello everybody, Will DeBoer with you live on the new Cougar Sports TV. 6 down, 2 to go in this long weekend tournament. And we will see one team has established itself as a national powerhouse over the last decade. Another team in rebuilding mode. Of course, West Florida, national runner-up in 2013, champions in 2012. They came in here and beat Tusculum 2-1 in a less than convincing manner on Friday afternoon. Lynn, meanwhile, fell 2-0 to Columbus State in the nightcap last night. The starting laps for both sides. First, the visiting West Florida Argonauts. In goal once again, Anna Chumick looking for win number 2 of her young collegiate career. Then it's number 3, Georgia Bailey. Number 5, Svenja Burkhart. Number 8, Sarah Helgadottir. Number 9, Kaylee Ward. Number 10, Daryl Bell. Number 11, Sophie Brocklips. Number 13, Bree Young. Number 14, Taylor Burkhart. Number 19, Elizabeth Vickers. And number 25, Emily Vogler. Late scratch for West Florida. Amber Pennybaker, who scored the first goal for the Argonauts yesterday, is out today. For the Lynn Fighting Knights, the home team on the scoreboard. In goal is not Alexa Downey like it was yesterday. It's Caitlin Shaver, the redshirt junior who started 14 matches for the Fighting Knights last year. Her support squad is as follows. Number 6, Lorena Lonigro. Number 9, Alexis Vasquez. Number 10, Donish Cole. Number 12, Emily Weisberg. Number 13, Caroline Dorr. Number 15, Claudia Kraut. Number 16, Anna Shawley. Number 17, Jamie Piriello. Number 23, Janae Campbell. And number 25, Summer Schultz. Lynn. No, that's West Florida to kick things off. West Florida in the all-blue uniforms. They will move right to left as you see them. Lynn in the white jerseys with the blue horizontal stripes in front. We are underway here from the Walden Soccer Complex. Lynn will move left to right as you see them in this half. And an early scrum controlled by West Florida. And Lynn pushes them back. The West Florida Argonauts coming off of their worst season in the 14-year tenure of Joe Bartlinski. 12-6 in 2014, 8-3 in conference play. They finished 4th in the Gulf South Conference behind Lee, North Alabama, and Valdosta State. This year they're picked to finish 2nd in the league behind Lee, for the first time a full-fledged NCAA member. For the Lynn Fighting Knights last year, a struggle for sure. The team in rebuilding mode. They finished 4-11, including 1-8 to finish 8th place in the Sunshine State Conference. They finished ahead of only Florida Southern, who they beat 3-1 at home on October 11th. Head coach for them, Callie Morrill, now in her 2nd season leading the school from Boca Raton, Florida, the 4th in Lynn history. 4-11 last year. Overall, she is 61-28-7. A bit of success at Lenore Ryan and Lees McRae, which we'll talk about much later on in this one. Referees for today's game, the same crew as we saw in the opening match today. This time, the head referee, David J. He's assisted by Remy Jassa and Thomas Blythe. Minute and a half in, no score. West Florida keeping it in their attacking third. And now a throw-in coming up for Lynn. West Florida winners 2-1 on Friday against Tusculum. A late goal scored by Taylor Burkhart was the difference in that game. Now a hard charge by Kaylee Ward. She's going after it. Doesn't have the angle though, and Lynn clears it. Throw-in coming up for the Fighting Knights. Joe Bartlinski not satisfied with that 2-1 win. Afterwards saying to himself, who was that team who I brought with me to Columbus State? That is not the team I thought I had. And he's hoping that the Argos will get back on track in this one and have a nice ride home to Pensacola, Florida. It's an all-Sunshine State matchup here tonight. Not from the Sunshine State Conference, but from the actual state of Florida. Lynn from Boca Raton, and West Florida from Pensacola. And a shanked punt there by Janae Campbell allows a throw in for West Florida. And there goes Darryl Bell, the always aggressive midfielder for West Florida out of Sarasota. Made a name for herself in this tournament last year, and she's keeping up to that hard-playing reputation today. There's Lorena Lonegro, a shot that goes just over the bar. An early test for Anna Chumik, but Lonegro couldn't get it down quite in time. Lonegro, the transfer from Akron University, where she played 13 matches last year. 4 assists for her, tied for 5th in the Mid-American Conference in assists. Native of Maracaibo, Venezuela. Coming back closer to home and in the warmer climates at Boca Raton for this season. Now going after is Caroline Dorr. Dorr off to Claudia Kraut. And a clearance there by Emily Vogler. Throw in coming up for Lynn. 4 minutes in and no score. Only shot in the game for Lynn. That was an early chance from Lorena Lonegro. Yeah, they're playing with just one ball and no ball people in this game, so taking a little while longer to get that one. As a member of the crowd, and the Fighting Knights will throw it in. Donish Cole. And there's a clearing pass to Alexis Vasquez. Vasquez in the box, but this one cleared by Georgia Bailey. Rolls over the end line, and a corner kick coming up. Joe Bartlinski quite displeased. So an early chance for Lynn to perhaps get themselves on the board and be on the way to pulling off the shocker. On to take the corner kick is the freshman Emily Weisberg from Waxhaw, North Carolina. And Weisberg with the left boot towards the box. Jumping up for a head and a save. That was a chance by Anna Shawley. Shawley very nearly got it down. But Chumik and another West Florida defender were there for it. And now here come the Argos on the counterattack. It's a very short counterattack. It rolls out of play around the midfield stripe, and throw in coming up for Lynn. As mentioned, Callie Morrill, the second-year head coach of the Fighting Knights, coming off of 2 years as the head coach at Lenore Rhine up in North Carolina, where she had tremendous success for 2 seasons. Went 30-6-4, including 18-1-1 against the South Atlantic Conference. Lenore Rhine, 2 regular season championships, a tournament championship, 2 NCAA appearances. They were #1 seeds in each of those. Fell in the Sweet 16 last year to Columbus State, the home team, in the final game here today. That will be Columbus State and Lee University. It will start at approximately 4:30. Started a bit ahead of schedule here at the Walden Soccer Complex, scheduled for 2 o'clock start time. We started about 5 minutes beforehand. Each team ready to go and raring to go, and that's where we are right now. Dorr cleared, kept her alive by Jamie Piriello. Piriello wearing that captain's armband, junior from Delray Beach, Florida. Graduated from Boca Raton High School, stayed close to home, and attended Lynn University. Throw in taken by Elizabeth Vickers back to Georgia Bailey. 2 of them playing keep away against some Lynn attackers. And there's Caroline Dorr applying the pressure. But she runs out of real estate, and a goal kick coming up. Of course, for West Florida, the great Joe Bartlinski, 233 wins against 34 losses and 17 ties. Most remarkably, against the Gulf South Conference, 101-7-2. He's played 110 matches against conference foes, and he has not won 9 of them. I'll take those odds for sure. Stride forward by Janae Campbell. The pass up to Caroline Dorr. Dorr, the attacker from New Jersey. Pass into the box. There's Donish Cole, but you can't control it, and Anna Chumik pounces out to get that one. Chumik, the freshman goalkeeper from Riga, Latvia, won her first match yesterday, gave up the goal against Tusculum, but made 3 saves as well. Now in goal for Lynn is Caitlin Shaver, redshirt junior out of Centerville, Ohio. Didn't play in yesterday's match as Callie Morrill went with Alexa Downey instead. Now Shaver, the veteran, in goal for Lynn this afternoon. Bailey turns it around. Georgia, the pass from Daryl Bell. Bell lets it go. Instead, here comes Kaylee Ward, but Ward no chance for it. Summer Schultz is back for the defense. Well, now a pass into the box, and it'll be scooped again by Shaver. Shaver last year, 14 starts. She went 4-10 for a struggling Lynn squad. 266 goals against average. Made 91 saves, had plenty of save chances, including 12 saves against Rollins on September 20th of last year. And a whistle against Lynn. Caroline Dorr got a bit too aggressive that time around. 9 minutes in here from the Walden Soccer Complex. Lynn 0 and West Florida 0. Game 3 in day 2 of the CSU Collegiate Invitational Tournament. Game 7 overall. Treated to a few very quality matches leading up to this one. The 9 o'clock morning showcase featured Tampa and Tusculum and saw the Spartans of Tampa win by the score of 3-1. And then the 11:30 matinee was Rollins and Newberry. Rollins eventually pulling away, winning 3-0. Clearance pass going after this one hard is Alexis Vasquez, and she won't have the speed to catch up to Georgia Bailey, but she causes a bit of trouble for Bailey and gets herself a throw-in. This one will be taken by Summer Schultz, senior from Merritt Island, Florida. Rolls out of play, and this time West Florida will take the throw in. Daryl Bell heads it. Swing and a miss on the leg by Jamie Perriello, but now she recovers in time. The pass up to Dorr, intercepted and cleared by Bailey. Svenja Burkhardt going after this one, instead under the control of Emily Weisberg. Weisberg gives it up. Burkhardt the pass up ahead, a nice deflection there. Clearance made by Weisberg. Here comes Perriello, skies it. Tries the nifty pass to Vasquez. Vasquez fighting for it, can't control the header. But it goes off of Elizabeth Vickers, and the throw-in coming up for Lynn. So the Fighting Knights living up to their name in the first 11 minutes of this match, keeping the ball in the attacking end of West Florida. They've gotten 2 shots off, forced Anna Chumik to make 1 save, but nothing doing on the scoreboard just yet. Vasquez fighting for it. She loses out to Emily Vogler. Vogler up to Sophie Brocklips from Aarhus, Denmark. And the Danish Brocklips charging up the sideline. Brocklips going for that near corner. Brocklips running out of room, fighting off a defender. That's Schultz on her. Sophie Brocklips between the wickets. The pass to Daryl Bell. Bell in the box. She can't get there in time, and a clearance by Lynn will have a short throw-in coming up for West Florida. One of their first real good chances in this one. Anna Shawley with the clearance that time. Shawley, another freshman out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, whereas Emily Weisberg went to Cuthbertson High School. Shawley went to the Grace Academy. At Grace, Shawley, a 4-time letter winner, a 2-time captain, and a 2-time team MVP. Another throw-in coming up. This will be taken by Elizabeth Vickers, the freshman from Panama City. Vickers ins it. Ward. Brocklips, and she loses control. Here comes Janae Campbell. Matt Vogler will keep it in the control of an Argonaut foot. Out of play, quick throw in. Vickers aiming for Kaylee Ward. Ward, nice slide tackle by Summer Schultz. Out of play. And a corner kick coming up for the Argonauts. 32 minutes and change left in this first half. Lynn and West Florida, scoreless draw. Will DeBoer with you on the new Cougar Sports TV. West Florida with their first corner, a chance to put some distance between themselves and the Fighting Knights. And squirts between the fingers of Caitlin Shaver, but no danger. No one else touches it. All that will result in is another corner kick for West Florida. Taking it this time is Bree Young, the 4'11" defender from Navarre, Florida. Shortest player on the roster for any of the 8 teams here this weekend. Young into the box. Not enough strength on it. But a bad pass. Darrell Bell now takes a shot. And finally, Lynn clears this one away. Oh, that's just a sign of an inexperienced Lynn club. Instead of trying to clear it up, they try to pass it to one of their own and end up turning it over very dangerously in the 18-yard box. Now Darrell Bell from 20 yards out. And the charge forward. It's in. My goodness. What an effort there. Darrell Bell, the shot doesn't even get to Caitlin Shaver before Kaylee Ward comes charging from the back line to hammer it in with the left foot. And just like that, with 31:10 remaining in the first half, West Florida takes a 1-0 lead. First substitution of the match, Georgia Robert coming in place of Lorena Lonegro. At the 8:50 mark, make that the 14:50 mark. Clock. The 13:50 mark, that's where Kaylee Ward scored her goal on the assist from Darrell Bell. And now West Florida with another chance at it. They will have themselves another corner kick. Corner taken by Ward. Ward skies it into the box over everybody's head. Chasing it down is Taylor Burkhart. Burkhart loses out to Emily Weisberg. Rolls out of bounds. Weisberg wins the challenge. She'll take a throw in. Now Jamie Perriello. Out again. Here comes the Weisberg throw. Kaylee Ward scoring that goal out of St. Cloud, Florida. She graduated from Harmony High School. Spent her first 2 college seasons at the University of Tampa, where she played in 40 matches, starting 29, scoring 6 goals with 12 assists. Decided to play for Joe Bartlinski last year, took a red shirt, and now she is back for her first 2 games in an Argo uniform. And there seems to be some confusion about which ball is the proper ball. Well, they all work the same. Trust us, Tom Brady didn't touch any of them. And a clearance. West Florida 1, Lynn 0, 15 minutes plus into this first half. And a throw-in coming up for the Argonauts. Bell charging after, tips it to herself. Darrell Bell from about 25 yards out. Working her way around 2 defenders. The pass inside, a brilliant pass to Svenja Burkhart. The shot, and it's an easy pouncing for Caitlin Shaver. Well, there it is again. Darrell Bell, never giving up, never giving in, hustling all the way. And Joe Bart's got to be very, very pleased with her effort. Just a sophomore. So the Gulf South will have to deal with her for now just a bit less than 3 years. Caroline Dorr on the attack. Drops it back to Donish Cole. Now back to Anna Shawley. Shawley looking for Dorr. Nobody's there for it, though. Miscommunication for the Fighting Knights. And a goal kick coming up for West Florida. Argonauts out of Pensacola. where they will hold this year's NCAA Final Four. Brosnahan Park in Pensacola will hold that championship match. So one team from last year's championship, Rollins, win a couple of matches this weekend. They fell in the championship to Grand Valley State, the Michigan outfit that's now won back-to-back championships. Now a pass going up, Vasquez after it. Vickers beats it back to it, but Vasquez controls the pass in. She had two Lynn jerseys in there, but she overshoots both of them. Here's Donish Cole now. Weisberg. Perriello. Jamie Perriello with the left foot, and she hooks it well to the left. About as far left as Bernie Sanders. And a goal kick coming up for West Florida. Georgia Bailey with the boot. Bree Young with the head. A scrum ends up on Bell, and Daryl Bell tries to control again. Can't juggle it to herself that time. A turnover, and Lynn takes over. And West Florida gets it right back. Helga Daughter, the pass up to Kaylee Ward. Now it's Brocklips. Clearance by Burkhart. It's up to Daryl Bell. Bell weaving her way around. Gets by the defense. The shot from 20 yards out, and it's saved by Caitlin Shaver. Tough angle for Bell that time. She wasn't able to get not a lot of mustard off of that shot. And the punt coming up from Caitlin Shaver. Vogler. Up, the interception by Shawley. Now here's Weisberg. Weisberg turning it. Trying to thread the seam to Dorr. But she misses the seam, and it rolls out of play. Just under 26 to go in this first half. Argonauts 1, Fightin' Knights nothing. Dump back to Chumik. And with the clearance up, looking for Ward, it squirts by her. And now Summer Schultz controlling. Drops back to Campbell. Janae looking. The pass up to Cole. Cole with the head, looking for Dorr. Nothing doing. Now Donish Cole. Cole working her way in. Donish Cole with a shot from 19 feet out and a dive saved by Anna Chumik. Not the easiest save, not the hardest in the world for Anna Chumik. The sort of save that you would expect from the goalkeeper of a high-caliber program like West Florida, and Chumik as a freshman already starting to live up to that name. Brock Lips from midfield. Pass up, scoring behind is Svenja Burkhart, but too much mustard on that pass, and it's bowled away by Shaver. Daryl Bell from 30 yards out, and a save made once again Shaver. Shaver getting a lot of chances to jump up, down, all around on this Sunday afternoon. Redshirt Junior has seen time and starts in both of her collegiate seasons so far. 2013 went 2-4-2 with a shutout and a goals against average at 190. And a throw in coming for the Fighting Knights. Wearing those white and blue striped uniforms, reminiscent of FC Schalke 04 from the Bundesliga. West Florida in the solid blues. So if somehow you are just blue colorblind, it'd be a very, very boring match for you today. Perriello fighting for it, and she got a little too friendly with that leg. Well, Perriello doesn't come from a Taekwondo background. There's a few players in this tournament this weekend that are Taekwondo stars. She is not one of them, but she tried to pick up from her peers, and it just didn't work out. Free kick for West Florida. Bree Young chasing after. Young juggling to herself, instead squirts through. Bell. Rocket from Burkhart. Runs into a wall. Taylor Burkhart waiting for it again, and now she has to battle Claudia Kraut for it. Bree Young, high arcing shot over everybody, over the net, and it's a goal kick coming up for Lynn. 23 to go. We're just about halfway through this first half. West Florida 1, Lynn 0. Will DeBoer with you on the new Cougar Sports TV. The CSU Collegiate Invitational. Match 3 today, 7 overall. Lucky 7 has been lucky so far for West Florida, and Kaylee Ward scored at the 13:50 mark in that 14th minute of the match. And that's been the lone goal so far. There's Ward fighting for it. And she'll pick up a foul against her for all her troubles. Ward with a quick free kick. Burkhart dumping back. Sarah Helgedotter stayed out of the action for most of so far today. Her pass going for Young. Too much on it. Goal kick coming up Lynn. Caitlin Shaver sets it up. Everybody takes their place around the midfield. We'll see if we get a short pass or a full punt. And a hard boot from Shaver. Skims off of Taylor Burkhart. And back to Caroline Dorr. Dorr battling Vogler. Dorr watches it roll out of play, and she'll take a quick throw in. Caroline Dorr. Brielle, New Jersey native, skies it into the field of play. That is nothing doing for Lynn. The throw-in goes back to West Florida. Nearly 24 minutes into this match. We haven't seen any substitutions yet, but we're about to see one from Lynn. Kaylee Smith from Kent, England, due to enter next for Callie Morrell's bunch. And she'll get to it the next chance for Lynn. Vogler from Lynn Haven taking the throw in. Helgedotter the boot. It arcs out of play. Throw in coming for Lynn, and now the chance to sub in. Kaylee Smith coming in. Coming out, let's see. Numbers obscured a bit by the blue stripes on their jerseys. It looks to be Caroline Dorr. It looks to be a 13 on her chest. Either that or it's Weisberg. Turn around, player. 13. I'm going to say 13. Caroline Dorr out and Kaylee Smith in, the freshman from Kent, England. We'll see if the fresh legs can give Callie Morrell's bunch the punch they need to draw even in this one. 20 minutes to go in the first half. West Florida 1, Lynn 0. Sophie Brock lips on it. Pushed off. Now a turnaround by Claudia Kraut. Cross pass. Schultz cleared away. Going after it hard is Campbell. Trying to control. She's got two Argonauts surrounding her. Ward going for it. Instead it's Campbell who controls. The pass to no one. It's a turnover and it goes right to Elizabeth Vickers. Vickers for Ward just over her head. Campbell comes back, responds, controls it. Hands off to Summer Schultz. Piriello. Jamie Piriello, the captain of this Lynn bunch, trying to get something, anything going. Missed for Donish Cole. Now here's Smith. Smith fighting for it. It's off her foot, though. And throw-in coming up for West Florida. Kaylee Smith, freshman from Kent, England, went to the Bromley School for Girls. In her spare time, aside from soccer, she enjoys going to the gym, cycling, and horseback riding. Very British, no? Young to throw in for West Florida. Vogler, Young again. Svenja Burkhart tries to turn it around, and she'll accept a throw-in for her side. Great international presence by both sides in this match today. West Florida sporting players from Latvia, Jamaica, Germany, Iceland. Here's Summer Schultz now. Schultz turning it around, charged hard by Kaylee Ward. Schultz with a clearance, down the near sideline. Perriello fighting for it. Pass goes back up to Kaylee Smith. Smith, and she takes a hard foul. Free kick coming up for Lynn. Anyway, for West Florida, again, Latvia, Jamaica, Germany, Iceland, Denmark, that's 5. Texas is like another country, so we'll say 5.5. So 5.5 different countries represented by West Florida. Lynn has a Brazilian, another Texan, an English woman, a Venezuelan. We have another English woman. So just great international drawing for both of these Florida schools. Everyone wants to come to Florida and play their college soccer. Free kick coming up for Lynn. Perhaps a chance to equalize. Emily Weisberg to take it. But first we have a break of some kind. One of the trainers for the Columbus State staff calling them all over. I'm not quite sure what's going on right now. It's either a water break or a lightning break. I didn't see any lightning. It's a lightning delay. Apparently there is lightning in the region. I didn't see any of it, but then again, it's daytime. 8 miles away is the lightning, so whenever there is lightning within 8 miles, we have to stop the match, and we will do that for a set amount of time. 30 minutes? 30 minutes. So now we are in a lightning delay of at least 30 minutes. We will hopefully be back by then. So we will take a break here on Cougar Sports TV. 17 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first half. West Florida leading Lynn 1-0 on the new Cougar Sports TV. We will be back in at least half an hour. Did you miss us? We are back from the Walden Soccer Complex. An hour and a half lightning delay is over with. 17-17 to go in the first half. West Florida 1, Lynn 0, but Lynn with a direct free kick coming up. Emily Weisberg will take it. Will DeBoer with you on the new Cougar Sports TV. We're still in Game 3 of Day 2 of our CSU Collegiate Invitational Tournament. And there's the free kick into the box, and it's cleared by Emily Vogler. Game reset. First half an hour or so of the ball game, pretty much all West Florida, although Lynn hanging tough. The Argos scored at the 13:50 mark. Kaylee Ward taking a pass from Daryl Bell in the box and booting it past Caitlin Shaver into the net. Now a corner kick from Lynn. Goes wide, controlled now by West Florida. Sophie Brocklips going off. Now the shot, a couple shots deflected. Anna Shawley with the 2 chances, but Anna Chumik pounces all over it. And the free kick you saw that began our resumption for Emily Weisberg, that was set up, and then we had lightning within 8 miles of the playing region, which calls for a half an hour delay. Then we had a couple more resets. So all in all, about an hour and a half's delay. And we are now resuming Game 3. It means that Game 4 between Columbus State and Lee will be pushed back most likely an hour and a half. Should begin around 6 o'clock or so. It could begin earlier, though. Jay Anthlick likes to start these things as soon as he possibly can. So hang tight with us, and we will give you more information when we have it. For now, Lynn controlling in the middle third. Summer Schultz loses control. Now West Florida takes it. Gives it right back. Here's the captain, Jamie Perriello. Perriello charging hard between 2 Argo defenders. Perriello, far side of the box, working her way around Vogler. Perriello, she doesn't have the angle for it. Emily Vogler recovers and sends it out towards the middle. Here's Svenja Burkhart, knocked out of play. Throw in coming for Lynn. No substitutions. If you're not well rested by now, well, you probably shouldn't be playing soccer at this high level. Janae Campbell. Campbell the clearance up, looking for Donish Cole. Cole loses control. Here comes Elizabeth Vickers. West Florida retakes control of it. 15 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 West Florida. Now hard takedown there. Georgia Robert takes her down. She's not whistled for anything, though. Now Lynn on the counterattack. Here comes Alexis Vasquez. Vasquez streaking up the far side. Bree Young comes over to try and help out. Tackle, the hurdle. Can she catch up to it? No, it's over the end line. And a goal kick coming up for the Argonauts. We had the same sort of situation at last year's CSU Invitational around this time of day on the Sunday. The second half of the Columbus State-West Florida game delayed by lightning, although that was actually legit oncoming storm. Get out of the way or you're going to get barreled over type of storm. They called off that game, ended up canceling it. Now Joe Bartlinski's squad running into the same sort of weather delays, except this time they get to resume and hopefully finish out the game at hand. It would be a big one for West Florida. They're coming off of a not so hot win over Tusculum, just 2-1. Joe Bart not very happy with that win. Now he sees his team up 1-0, holding on to the shutout. If they can hold on to the shutout, I'm sure that will please him. I think it would please him even more to see a couple more goals on the scoreboard. Vogler the clearance, fighting for it, Ward. Turning around Vogler again. Emily Vogler all over the place in this resumption. The 5'6" junior from Lynn Haven, Florida, graduated from Mosley High School. 14 starts for the Argonauts last year. 1,115 minutes. She scored a couple goals and took 11 shots. Bree Young advancing. Here's Sophie Brocklips. Brocklips up. That's Ward. Brocklips in the far corner. Cross into the area, and it goes beyond the netting and beyond. That was Kaylee Ward. Goal kick coming up for Caitlin Shaver and the Lynn Knights. David J., Remy Ajasa, and Thomas Blythe, the officials for today's game. Getting everybody back on the pitch and now dealing with some much warmer conditions than beforehand. It is the hottest time of the day in Columbus, Georgia, the mid to late afternoon. Kaylee Ward trying to stay hot as well. Ward scored that first goal. Pass into Darrell Bell, knocked away. Bell gets it back. Bell, people calling for a handball, and yes, a handball called against Claudia Kraut. Free kick coming up for the Argonauts. Both these teams used to playing in warm weather, Boca Raton and Pensacola, Florida. Right now it's 89 degrees in Columbus. Hottest it will be all day. It is, in fact, the high. Three Argonauts around it. Who will take it? There's Bell, there's Brocklips, there's Young. It's Darrell Bell, sends it right into the wall. A hard charge there by Svenja Burkhardt, and she just can't get the right foot up in time. It squirts on through, but a corner kick coming up for Sarah Helgedotter and the West Florida Argonauts. 11 and a half to go in the first half. West Florida trying to add on to this 1-0 lead. Now it's Sarah Helgedotter, the Icelandic national from Grindavik. All-South region and all-conference second team last year. Squares it into the box. Heads flying everywhere. Bell eventually the shot, and it squirts on through. Darrell Bell threading the needle. She sent that by half a dozen Lynn defenders. And there's the second goal that Joe Bartlinski so desperately wanted. Darrell Bell, her first goal of the season, her sixth in her collegiate career. It is now 2-0 West Florida. Talk about your heat-seeking missile, Darrell Bell. Fantastic aim. She found the one seam she could get it through. And now there's the breakthrough and a bit of a cushion for West Florida. Will they turn it off or will they keep the Jets on and really try and put this one away? On the scoreboard. Darrell Bell, sophomore out of Sarasota, Florida, graduated Southeast High School. Last year, second team All-South region and All-Conference. Started 15 matches, appeared in 16, scoring 5 goals, including 1 game-winning goal, while taking 45 shots. And a throw-in coming up for Lynn. Bell, the way she's been playing, the way she's been all over that attacking portion of the pitch, you just figured that she would poke one through eventually, and she did that time. Squares up. Georgia Bailey heads it right to Lynn. That's Perriello. Perriello looking in for Donish Cole. Donish Cole on it between 3 West Florida defenders, and he just puts it over the crossbar. Donish Cole airlifting it a bit high. And a lucky break for Anna Chumik in West Florida. Chumik would not have gotten to that one if it was true. So now a goal kick coming up for the Argonauts. Trying to breathe easier with a 2-0 lead, often called the most dangerous lead because it tricks a team into thinking that it's insurmountable when in fact the lead is still surmountable. That's probably a word. Lynn's bench screaming for a misplay. They say that Chumik committed a violation. Jay not giving it to them, though. Push off. Donish Cole going in off of Vogler's feet. Cole staying with it. The cross into the box. Right there in front of the net. It's Perriello, and she misses off the post. The rebound. Georgia Bailey there for the deflection. Ball bouncing all over the place, and a second deflection by the West Florida back line. Oh, mercy. Not over yet. Kraut, and now it's cleared, and West Florida will counter. Solid footwork from the back line of West Florida. Chumik made one save there, and it was Bailey and the rest to do the other 2. And now it's a charge the other way. Darrell Bell bursting on through, barreling over Lynn bodies. That was Weisberg she took down. Now she's fighting through again, trying to overcome Anna Shawley, and this time they're going to get Bell for too much contact. Lynn not rolling over just yet. They had 3 shots on goal that time. 2 saves made by defenders. And now they'll get another wave of attack forward. Excitement here with under 10 to go. It's 7:40 remaining in the first half. West Florida 2, Lynn 0, but on the run. Throw going to Alexis Vasquez. Goes out of bounds again. Another throw incoming. And chasing everybody off is Sarah Brocklips. Clearance by Burkhart, taken away by Lynn. Weisberg working into a corner. She is tripped up hard. And a throw-in coming up. No whistle from the referee. Clean tackle. Cross into the box for Perriello. Perriello with the head and the save made by Chumik. I don't think she had to dive for that one, but hey, it looks cool. Anna Chumik with another save, keeping the clean sheet alive. Shot to settle back in. Lynn coming forward once more. Vasquez looking for help. Gets it off to Georgia Robert. In, bouncing around like a pinball, and it squirts on through. An easy play for Chumik. Fought 4 in the midfield. Throw-in coming up for Lynn. Fighting Knights certainly living up to that fight. And considering how they played yesterday, they lost 2-0 to Columbus State, but those 2 goals came from the freshman Olivia Gerald within a span of 5 minutes in the first half. So aside from those 5 minutes, they played 85 minutes of clean, scoreless soccer. But a terrible mistake made by Caitlin Shaver coming out, and it nearly cost her, but Lynn's defense able to bail her out this time. There were 2 West Floridians around that ball. Now there it again, the solid defense saving Lynn. Kraut. Now it's Bree Young. Young loses it. Here's Cole. Clearance by Robert. And streaking down the sideline there, that's Summer Schultz. Schultz into the corner. She can't get it in time. Out of play. Throw-in coming for West Florida. Argos up 2-0. Exactly 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Throw-in coming from Elizabeth Vickers. Vickers waiting for some support. She's got it. And the toss. Goes by everybody. And a whistle. They're calling a foul against Daryl Bell. Joe Bartlinski not particularly happy with that call. Letting David Jay hear about it. Jay saying no dice. Schultz towards the box. Header. And West Florida able to accost Lynn in the box. And there's going to be a stoppage of the time right now. Injury. Is that number 9? That's Alexis Vasquez, who took some hard contact in the box. Already got sandwiched between a couple of West Florida defenders. Trainer coming out now, but Vasquez appears to be all right. She's getting up under her own power without a trainer coming to her. And now she's going to have to take a limp. Alexis Vasquez from Orlando, Florida. The freshman just graduated from Timber Creek High School. Won the Florida State Cup as a member of the Florida Craze Crush. Craze Crush spelled with K's. They also won the South Region and were 3rd at Nationals. And in for Lynn on the injury substitution, Kelly Field, a freshman from Coral Springs, on to replace Alexis Vasquez. Kelly Field in, daughter of Janet and Jack Field. She has a sibling named Ryan Field, so very clearly Janet and Jack decided not to do the whole everybody will have J names in our family thing. to which I applaud you. Four and change in the first half. West Florida up 2-0, looking for the knockout punch in the first half. And there's a knockout. Lynn turns it around. Piriello leading pass to Cole. Cole charging hard after it. She gets to it first. Back for defense is Ward. Drop back to Schultz. Schultz into the box. Bicycle kick attempt by Kaylee Smith. Tried to go all Rooney on it. Now it's Kelly Field. Tried to head it to herself, lost control, and it winds up in the arms of Anna Chumik. Chumik still with a clean sheet, bailed out by her defense about 5 minutes ago. Lynn 3 shots on goal in the span of 10 seconds. Georgia Bailey and company able to keep it out of the net. Chumik skies it towards the middle. Takes a bounce back to the Lynn defense. Couple heads with it. Throw in coming for Lynn and a substitution for the Fightin' Knights. Brianna Limerese. Limerese, the junior from Eustis, Florida. New transfer from Darton State College, a powerhouse in the world of JUCO athletics. And Limerese was first team all-region in the NJCAA, Region 17 therein. Darton State won Region 17 last year as Chumik comes out to sweep it away. Limerese and Janae Campbell both from Darton State. Now coming out of the box is Shaver to clear it. Trickles over towards the West Florida bench, and it's out of play. A throw-in coming for the Argonauts with 2:15 to go. Schultz, cross pass. Ends up with Piriello. Piriello fighting for control, battling Sophie Brocklips. And end up cutting up with this Cole. Cole, they've got numbers for Lynn. The pass up ahead for Limerese, and it's too far up ahead. Picked up by Anna Chumik. Under 2 to go in the first half. Shots pretty much even. Lynn actually out shooting West Florida at this point, 9-8. West Florida has been true twice. Ward oncoming. Schultz controls, drops back to Shaver. Bringing it up is Vickers. Vickers out of play, and a throw in for Lynn. Minute and a quarter. That's what you pronunciate, kids. Shank the clearance. It goes to Kaylee Ward. Now it's Darrell Bell from 20 yards out the shot. Oh, what a close play. Just wide of the net. It looked like Shaver might have gotten a finger on that ball. Referee says no. Heat seeker by Darrell Bell. This time it doesn't connect. Shaver's had an awfully busy first half back there between the initial beginning of this game and the resumption. Now a last-minute charge by Piriello, loses control. Going the other way is Sophie Brocklips. Taking it back is Claudia Kraut. Brocklips turns it over. Cole takes over. 25 seconds to go. Does Lynn have one last offensive opportunity in them? Or does West Florida? They're about to come up with it. Svenja Burkhart dropping back to Helgadottir. Helgadottir from the circle. Into Darrell Bell. Pass to Burkhart, intercepted. Back there for it is Taylor Burkhart. We're at 10 seconds left. Helgadottir from midfield. Long pass, deflected, and that'll do it. Hard-fought first half. Both teams with chances. West Florida burying their two. Goals by Kaylee Ward before the lightning delay and Darrell Bell after have put the Argonauts up 2-0 at the half. We will take a short break. 10 minutes. I swear it'll just be 10 minutes, folks. And we'll come back for the second half of Game 3 of the 2015 CSU Collegiate Invitational Tournament right here on the new Cougar Sports TV. And we're back for the start of the second half. West Florida 2, Lynn 0, as the teams switch sides and begin the second session of 45 minutes. Will DeBoer with you on the new Cougar Sports TV. Game 3 of Day 2 of the 2015 CSU Collegiate Invitational. And the teams kick off. That's Lynn in control now. Lynn in the white jerseys with the blue stripes, now moving right to left as you see them. West Florida in the all light blue, moving left to right. At the moment, everybody's moving right to left. First half was all West Florida on the scoreboard, though Lynn made it close quite a few times. As Anna Chumik comes out and scoops this one up. Argonauts with their first goal. At 13 minutes and 50 seconds, Kaylee Ward was the one to put it into the back of the net on the assist from Daryl Bell. Then there was a faux lightning delay for about an hour and a half. There was lightning in the region, not over our heads though, so it was just a nice siesta period in the sun. When we came back from that, Daryl Bell scored at the 33:55 mark of the first half, and that's where we are now with the Argonauts up 2-0. Janae Campbell. Lynn in control this time. There's Summer Schultz. Schultz works her way around. There's a drop back, and Schultz drops it back to nobody. Turnover. Taylor Burkhart with it now. And it's out of play. West Florida in control. Elizabeth Vickers, the freshman from Panama City. 4-time All-County and All-District. Mosley High School, 4-time district champions, and Vickers herself was a 2-time county long jump champion. Helps her to make those long jumps on the back line. They'll take a long jump this time, though, as Donish Cole gets by, but there's Georgia Bailey for it. Georgia Bailey from St. Catherine, Jamaica. Two minutes into the second half, the heat clamping down on everybody. Although for these two teams, it must be positively pleasant outside. The Lynn Fighting Knights from Boca Raton, coming off a 4-11 season in 2014. West Florida Argonauts from Pensacola, 12-6 last year. Each team looking for improvement. And there's a one-time shot. Jamie Perriello didn't get a good contact with the ball, couldn't plant the foot. And it's a missed opportunity for the Lynn captain, but he'll stay in the attacking third. Knights with a chance to draw closer. Next goal in this game is going to be quite important. If it's West Florida, it pretty much puts the match out of reach. If it's Lynn, they are right back in this thing. Georgia Bailey to take the goal kick for the Argonauts. And she skies it towards the midfield. Ward, Bell, foot juggling. It's quite the skill. Vogler. Here's Bree Young. Young on the far sideline. Drops it back to Burkhart. Taylor Burkhart, that is. Two Burkharts on the pitch right now. Svenja Burkhardt. She spells it with the D. Taylor Burkhart does not spell it with the D. And then on the bench, Taylor Burkhart's sister, Caitlin Burkhart, a goalkeeper for the Argonauts. Touch of confusion. Bell turns it around. Here is Svenja Burkhardt. And now it's Kaylee Ward. And poked back toward the sidelines. Shadows starting to creep up on those far sidelines, the wood surrounding the Walden Soccer Complex. The sun starts to go down. Opposite of us. Within a short time, the sun will be right in our faces. Thanks, architects. One-woman attack, that's Brianna Limerese. And she's whistled for the lone aggression. Bailey to take the free kick. 5 minutes into the second half, 50 minutes into the match. West Florida 2, Lynn 0. Taylor Burkhart, Svenja Burkhart, the non-related Burkharts. Drops back to Helga Daughter. And nice hustle there by Emily Weisberg. Skies this one just over our cameraman Richie's head up in that lift. I don't think I've ever seen anything get that high before. Is he all right up there? He's all right. He's not that tall. Burkhart. Now here's Janae Campbell in control. Drops it out of play. And the throw in coming for West Florida. Vickers. And Vickers will get another throw. Two Florida teams from separate conferences. Lynn in the Sunshine State Conference, like most of the Florida schools. West Florida in the Gulf South, with a lot of schools from Georgia and Alabama and a couple from Florida. This one into the box by everybody. Staying in hot pursuit is Bree Young. And Young lets it roll out of play. A goal kick coming up for Lynn. Lynn 4 wins last year. Just one of them against Sunshine State competition. It was against Florida Southern. They beat them 3-1 on October 11th at home in Boca. This season, the Fighting Knights ranked dead last in the preseason poll, picked to finish 9th in the Sunshine State, 15 points in the poll, 6 fewer than 8th placed Florida Southern, who according to the coaches in the Sunshine State have a better recruiting class coming in than does Callie Morrill in Boca. Claudia Kraut, one of those freshmen that came in this year for Lynn. And the whistle goes against Brianna Limeries, another one of these new recruits, this time the junior out of the JUCO powerhouse Darton State. Joe Bartlinski, usually for him, it's not a chance to rebuild, it's a chance to reload, although last year, a down year for the illustrious Bartlinski. In his previous 13 seasons, he had never lost more than 4 matches. Last year, they lost 6. And they finished 4th in the Gulf South Conference, 3rd amongst the eligible teams, as Lee finished 1st in the regular season but couldn't go to the tournament because they were still in transition when it comes to the NCAA. But 3rd or 4th, whatever the situation, disappointment for Coach Bart and crew. For 10 straight years, they had finished in 1st place or tied for 1st place in the Gulf South. Lynn on the attack. Lee turns it around. Well, not Lee, that's West Florida. I'm thinking about Lee, though, because Lee was picked to win the Gulf South ahead of West Florida. Lee we will see in approximately an hour as they take on 5th-ranked Columbus State. Bree Young in control of this ball. Fighting for it is Cole. Cole's got it. Cole turning it around, looking for support. And the fight for it, it comes out to Kelly Field. Field sliding, and she watches it sail out of play and to the goal kick. Now our lightning delay pushed us back an hour and a half. The Columbus State game will be delayed by only an hour and 15 minutes. Coach Jay Entlich trying to start this thing at approximately 5:45. If you're just joining us now, expecting to see the Columbus State and Lee game, sorry to disappoint you. There was a bit of a weather delay. Lightning in the vicinity of the Walden Soccer Complex. We had to stop the game for about an hour and a half, but we're back now. 5:45 is when Coach Jay and company will go in pursuit of 2-0 as they look to build on a national quarterfinal performance in 2014. Foul called around midfield. Free kick coming up for West Florida, up 2-0, 10 minutes into the second half. Bailey, cross pass goes to Sarah Helgadottir. The lone Icelandic national on the West Florida squad. They had 3 of them last year. And one of them, Huger Elversdottir, ended up coming to Columbus State. Quick throw, Vickers into Ward. Ward working her way into the near corner. Ward turning it around, fighting through everybody. And therefore it is Weisberg. Now it's Brocklips. Brocklips to Vickers. Vickers into the box. Bell shot with the left foot off of the head of Summer Schultz. Schultz using her brain that time around in a literal sense. Taylor Burkhart. Clearance by Cole, but it stays in the attacking third. A throw-in coming up for West Florida. Well, there's Emily Weisberg, just 5'2", all grit, standing in there and taking one off of the noggin. Brocklips working her way around 3 defenders instead of clearance by Lynn, and another throw-in for the Argonauts. And a substitution for Joe Barton Company. This is Devaney Brennan, the sophomore from Virginia Beach, on to replace Svenja Burkhart. That means that's just one Burkhart on the pitch. Thank goodness for that. Throw heads into the box. Ward was after it, can't control. Sky's out of play again into the shadows, where a CSU fan will take a hold of it and hand it right back to the Argonauts to throw it in. And that appears to be a foul called against Lynn. Tough angle, but very far up the pitch. Essentially a corner kick coming up for Sarah Helgadottir. That's the kind of angle, that's the kind of ball she's going to play. Helgadottir into the box. Trying for the head of Burkhart. Taylor Burkhart working her way around. She's taken down. It's cleared over the head of Bree Young. Back for it there is Georgia Bailey. West Florida missing the power of Amber Pennybaker, who scored yesterday, a late scratch in this game, leg trouble. Turning it around is Kelly Field. Field's been in since she came in the first half. The English freshman getting some hard work in, and now it's Daryl Bell into the box. Bell thwarted there by Anna Shawley. Shawley, the freshman, wins that battle against the tough Daryl Bell. Now into the corner. Here's Brennan just onto the pitch. Brennan onto the end line, and it's out of play, and a very, very close throw incoming as that ball rolls all the way into the forest behind us here. And there is more than one soccer ball in the vicinity. Thank goodness it's not one of those situations where we're going to have to go to the old corner drugstore after picking out the change from our couches to buy a new soccer ball for $1.99. No, there's already an extra soccer ball. Not quite killing me, Smalls. Vogler. Field. Off the head of Limerese. Turning it around, and there's a breakaway now by Jamie Piriello. Piriello looking for Cole. Cole charging hard for it. Coming out of the box is Anna Chumik, and she skies it towards the midfield. Chumik coming way out of the box there. Cole not expecting it. She couldn't turn the jets on in time. Now Cole's got it. A pass forward. Deflected. Here's Piriello. Piriello, a shot from 50 yards out. And Anna Chumik fielding that one like it was a punt. Fair catching it. It'll be a 1st and 10 for West Florida when we come back from the break. No, there's no break, and it's not that kind of football. Don't change the channel. Hey, I see you trying to change the channel. Don't do it. Just don't do it. There's still half an hour of soccer left to be played in this match. West Florida up 2-0 in Game 7 of our 8-game CSU Collegiate Invitational. Columbus State and Lee scheduled to start in about an hour. Back-to-back throw-ins coming up from West Florida on the far sideline. West Florida, the Argonauts. National champions back in 2012. They tried for the repeat in 2013 before falling to Grand Valley State, who completed their own repeat last year by taking down Rollins in the national championship match. Substitution, Lynn's sending Caroline Dorr back into the match, and in for West Florida is Elisa Festagallo. First time we've said her name today. Junior from Fort Pierce, Florida. Festagallo, after getting into the match on Friday against Tusculum, seeing her first competitive action since 2012. Had quite a rough couple of years, some injury-plagued seasons for West Florida. Her last full season, she appeared in 22 matches in that championship year in 2012. Started 10 of them, just under 1,000 minutes. 3 goals and 2 assists for her, 8 total points. Now she's out on the pitch now for consecutive days. I'm sure a welcome sight for Joe Bart. Sarah Helgedotter advancing the ball. Helgedotter weaving her way around. Dump off to Daryl Bell. Bell from the 18-yard box. Cross pass, tried to get it to Brocklips. It was too far for her. Bree Young charging in from the back line. Keeps it in play, and Brocklips will set something new up. And Georgia Robert getting her body in the way of that one. Now here's Brennan in the far corner. Devney Brennan deking a couple times. There's Donish Cole back for it. And a corner kick coming up for the Argonauts. It will be Sarah Helgedotter, former member of the U17 and U19 Iceland national women's soccer teams. She's translated that success to her tenure in Pensacola. And now the cross into the box. Who's going to get to it? Burkhart with the head. And it goes wide. That was actually Festagallo who got the noggin on it. No direction on that deflection. And a goal kick coming. Lynn with a substitution. Alexis Vasquez left the game earlier in the first half with an injury. She is nursed back to full health right now. And she will replace Donish Cole. Vasquez, the freshman from Orlando, showing the grit of a veteran to come back into this one, especially in the hot temperatures. 27.5 to go in the second half. West Florida still up 2-0. Still time for Lynn to do something, but it is ticking off as we speak, as it has all game. Kelly Field after this one. Field loses control. There's Georgia Bailey. Bailey to Taylor Burkhart. Dump off and a shanked clearance by Elizabeth Vickers. Throw in coming up for Lynn. It bounces off of the building, the clubhouse here in Columbus State's soccer complex. Weisberg with the throw in. High kick there by Dorr. Not whistled for it. There's a scrum. Nearly takes out David J., the referee. Weisberg. Out of play. Another throw in coming for Lynn. And a West Florida throw in coming up next. Substitution for the Argonauts. Svenja Burkhart back in, replacing Daryl Bell, which means there's 2 more Burkharts on the pitch. Too many Burks, too many Burks. We'll keep track of them for you. That's the job. Svenja. Pass down the seam. Charging hard is Devney Brennan. But Charlie had a beat on it the whole time. Knocks it back to Shaver, who clears. Helgedotter controls it. And now a turnover. And incidental contact. The whistle will go against the Argonauts. Shaver to take the kick as all 10 of her mates moving up the pitch. Long kick that time. And the scrum, Caroline Dorr fighting for it. Dorr hands it off, and Georgia Robert, I don't know, her knee buckled almost trying to kick that one. Now a clearance into the far corner. Vasquez out of play. Throw in, and Vasquez is down once again. Alexis Vasquez, as the clock stops, Second time in this match that she has gone down. Slower to get up this time. Long run for the trainer. And the teams will come back to their respective sidelines for a touch of water as things heat up here. Clock stopped at 25:14 to go in the second half. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the second period of play as Alexis Vasquez is looked at for the second time in this match. Vasquez, Timber Creek High School graduate out of Orlando, Florida. A key piece for the Florida Craze Crush Club. Florida State Cup champions, champions of the South region, and third place at Nationals during Vasquez's last year of eligibility. She's gone to Lynn with intent of being a sports management major. Now she's hoping someone can manage that leg of hers. So a quick game reset as we are about 25 minutes away from potentially the final whistle. Shots pretty much even for each side. West Florida 11, Lynn with 10. West Florida is able to bury a couple of their shots. Goals by Kaylee Ward and Daryl Bell, about 20 minutes apart from each other in the extended first half, delayed by that lightning in the area. Lynn rifled off 3 shots on goal in about a 10 to 15 second span, not long after Daryl Bell's goal, 34 minutes into the match. But Anna Chumik was able to make the save on the first one, and then Georgia Bailey and the rest of her West Florida defensive counterparts able to get feet on the 2 rebound shots and keep the clean sheet up. So Anna Chumik will owe her teammates, well, they're not legal to drink yet, so whatever it is kids drink nowadays. Anna Chumik, buy your teammates some Yoo-Hoo when it's all over. I could use some Yoo-Hoo right now. Hot day. It's become a very hot afternoon here in Columbus, Georgia. And the heat, I'm sure, not helping Alexis Vasquez's case over on the far corner. Now Vasquez on her feet, being helped off the pitch. Alexis Vasquez nursed herself back to good enough help to come into this match, but takes a second tumble in that far corner and will have to come out, and we assumedly will not see her for the rest of the day. Nice effort. Get her on the bus, give her some ice, give her some Yoo-Hoo, and she'll be fit and ready to go for the next game. Donish Cole on in her place. Cole, not much of a break, but now she's back on. Cole, the native of Boca Raton, graduated from Boca Raton High School. And now the clock is back up again. 25 minutes to go in this match. 2-0 lead for West Florida. Lynn threatening once again, but there's the clearance by Helgedotter. A busy day of soccer here at the Pond. Our 9 o'clock matchup, Tampa over Tusculum by a final margin of 3-1. The 11:30 showing was Rollins and Newberry. It was 3-0 for the Tars. And now it's 2-0 for the Argonauts with 24.5 to go, and a corner kick coming up for Lynn. Left foot into the box by everybody's head. Shot. Doesn't matter, a foul called against Lynn. Too much aggression as Georgia Bailey went down hard. And so, West Florida out of trouble once again. Field. Fighting for it. Field. Cross into the box. Nobody there for it. Now it's Cole. Helgadottir fighting her way, weaving her way through the Lynn offense and defense, and now a turnaround. Festigallo. Pass up, trying for Brennan. Brennan. Can she beat Shawley? Yes, she can. Brennan into the corner, but Shawley is there to knock it out. And if you're just joining us, Columbus State and Lee will start at approximately 5:45. We had some weather delays here in this Lynn and West Florida matchup. We are playing it to conclusion. Vickers. Helgadottir back to Vickers. Sarah on the near sideline. Into the box. Kaylee Ward going after that one. Bounced around, but eventually pounced on by Caitlin Shaver. Shaver. Drop kick. Helgadottir the clearance. It stays in the Lynn end. And it's Shaver. Not Shaver, that was Shawley. Substitution coming on for Lynn. Brianna Limerese. Limerese to replace Georgia Robert, another English national. Limerese scored 38 goals in her career at Darton State College, including 20 last year for a team that made the Junior College National Tournament. Headed away by Shawley. Another throw-in coming up for West Florida. Keeping the pressure up. 22 to go. 2-0 Argonauts looking for the knockout punch. And it's a corner kick coming up for the Argonauts. Joe Bartlinski looking for a much more convincing win than he had yesterday. Just 2-1 to squeak by Tusculum on a late goal by Taylor Burkhart. Sarah Helgadottir to take the corner. Helgadottir, hand up and ball up. In towards the box, punched away by Shaver, still in danger. Taylor Burkhart with the left foot, arcs one just wide of the net. Tried for that far post and went a bit too far. West Florida now out shooting Lynn 12-10. That's those extra 2 shots that have given them the 2-0 lead. Shaver clears. Brocklips. There's Brocklips turning it around. She's got numbers forward. There's Kaylee Ward. Up to Brennan. Brennan, cross to nobody. Clearance by Shawley. And on comes Daryl Bell after a quick break, replacing Devaney Brennan. Brennan a quick cameo in this match, giving way for Bell. Soft throw in by the Argonauts. Ward into the box and ends up in the arms of Shaver. Sudden shot that time. I think it was more of a pass. She was trying for Svenja Burkhart. Not too close to the goalkeeper. Burkhart tried the nifty pass. Bit too nifty for Daryl Bell to get to it, and it ends up with Shaver. Under 20 to go in match 3 of day 2 of the CSU Collegiate Invitational. The 8th and final match, Columbus State and Lee, will begin at approximately 5:45. Clearance by Shawley. Here's Cole. Helgadottir. Kaylee Ward going after it. Knocked away. Svenja Burkhardt up to Daryl Bell. Bell fresh into the game again. Can she weave her way around these three defenders? The shot from 20 yards out, and it's in the back of the net. Oh, mercy. Daryl Bell around three Lynn defenders. 22 yards out. She beat Shaver to the left post. Second goal of the match for Daryl Bell, and there potentially is a knockout punch. 3-0 for West Florida. And there's the decision making that makes Joe Bartlinski look like such a strong coach, taking Bell out for just a bit of a rest, putting her in at exactly the right time and delivering that goal. But now Lynn with a chance to counter. Into the box is Kelly Field. Field the shot, and it's in the back of the net. 2 goals in the span of 30 seconds, one by each side. Clean sheet is done for Chumik. For Kelly Field with the left foot, her first goal of her collegiate career. And now Lynn not going away just yet, getting off from the mat. It's 3-1 West Florida. Kelly Field, the freshman from Majory Stoneman Douglas High School in Coral Springs, Florida, putting her team back within 2. Now Bell turns it around, taken away by Weisberg. A lot of fight in this Lynn Knights squad. The Fighting Knights, you'd expect that out of them, wouldn't you? Throw-in coming up for West Florida. It'll be taken by Elizabeth Vickers. A lot of young players in the match for each side, and they're all coming through. Top of the circle, going after it's Bree Young. Lynn on the counter. Here's Donish Cole. Cole speeding by Bree Young, working her way around Burkhardt, but Burkhardt recovers. Clearance pass ends up with Georgia Bailey. Svenja up. There's Daryl Bell again, racing for the right corner. In pursuit, Anna Shawley, but it rolls over the end line, and a goal kick coming up for Lynn. Well, Jay Antlich sang the praises of this Lynn squad yesterday after beating them 2-0. Said that they're going to win a lot of games this year. And indeed, the way they're hanging tough with West Florida, I don't think this is a last-place team in the Sunshine State Conference. West Florida, meanwhile, playing very well, much better than they did against Tusculum yesterday. They'll be contending for the Gulf South, as they always do. There's still the matter of this match, though. 17.5 to play. West Florida 3, Lynn 1. 2 goals coming in the span of just a few seconds in the 76th minute. Scratch that, make it the 71st minute. Math, never my strong suit. 1 by West Florida, 1 by Lynn. The West Florida goal scored by Daryl Bell, her second of the match. The Lynn goal scored by Kelly Field, her first. Now a corner kick coming for Lynn. Chance to get even closer this time. Emily Weisberg from the near corner. Weisberg, another freshman. Can she do it here? Into the box. And there's a whistle. A foul goes against Lynn. Too much contact. There was a push there that David J. saw. And so that offensive attack is erased. Brocklips drops back to Georgia Bailey. Bailey covered by Caroline Dorr. And Cole with a takedown. Lynn with control of the ball again. Limerese. Off to Dorr. Dorr out of real estate. No angle for her. And a goal kick coming up for West Florida. 16 and change to go. Columbus State and Lee in waiting to play the 8th and final match of our CSU Collegiate Invitational. Columbus State knocked off this same Lynn team 2-0 yesterday, while Lee fell to Rollins. What was the score of the Lee Rollins game? 2-0. By the way, number 5 had the assist on Bell's goal. 18 seconds. 15:20 to go in the second half. Barring a miracle comeback by Lynn and some extra time. Here, I'm throwing the salt over my shoulder. Okay. Throw in coming up for Lynn. We played 75 minutes in this match. West Florida holding the advantage. Lynn trying to chip away at it. They started chipping away 18 seconds after it became a 3-goal lead. Now here's Cole. Cole into the box. Out of the box, past the end line, goal kick, West Florida. Darrell Bell scoring. Assist going to Svenja Burkhart. And then it was Kelly Field scoring for Lynn.
Any assist on the field goal? Field goal. Fair clearance.
There's the captain, Piriello. Tries for Cole, touch too strong. On for it is Chumik. Well, Chumik will have to wait at least one more match for her first clean sheet. But she is in line for win number 2 as a goalkeeper for the Argonauts. Up 3-1, under 14 to go. Sub due on for West Florida. That'll be Audrey Johnson, first time we've seen her today. Joe Bart going for the really, really fresh legs as we enter the end game of this match. And here comes Audrey Johnson, 5'7" sophomore out of Fleming Island, Florida. Definitely fun to say. She went to Fleming Island High School in Fleming Island, Florida. Played in 8 matches for the Argonauts last year, and a substitution for Lynn. Coming out is Claudia Kraut. In is Georgia Robert. Robert from North Yorkshire, England, went to York College, which is high school over in England. Campbell turns it around. That's Cole going after it. Ward watches it, and a throw-in coming up. Ward, the very quick throw-in, going up to Darrell Bell. Bell deflected it to herself, trying to juggle it to herself, and she forces another throw-in. Boy, you just got to love the athleticism there of Darrell Bell. Hustle and athleticism. It's resulted in 2 goals for her today. Those 2 goals standing up for West Florida. Now a charge into the box. Kaylee Ward, the cross pass to nobody. Sophie Brocklips wasn't there in time, and it winds up for nothing. Caitlin Shaver with the punt. Trying to set Lynn back up again. 12.5 minutes to go in the second half. Vogler the advance. Bell going after it, fighting off with Cole. West Florida ends up with it. Here's Sophie Brocklips, the Danish national. Dropping back to the Icelandic national, Sarah Helgadottir. And dropping it back to the Panamanian, that is Panama City, Florida. Not that Panama. That was Elizabeth Vickers. Now it's Brocklips. Brocklips, cross. Can Bell get to it? Bell called for a foul. Can't make contact with the goalkeeper. Close but no cigar. Or too much cigar in that case. Under 12 to go, 3-1 West Florida.
I was telling somebody about that yesterday, about how stupid somebody was putting that AC thing back.
Subs due on.
At least it's softball blows forward. Yes, it's like here it blows this way.
Vogler.
Yeah, that's the budget.
Vogler once again trying for Kaylee Ward. Ward, far corner, trying to drop back to Bell. Therefore it is Shawley. It's out of play, and a couple subs coming on for each side. For Lynn, it's Kaylee Smith from Kent, England. For West Florida, it's Taylor Burkhart from Pace, Florida. Bit closer. And it looks like someone's been booked. David J. showing a yellow card. Who was that on, it looks like? Well, a throw-in coming up for West Florida. Card appears to be on Brianna Limerese. So the first booking of our match, it comes with just about 11 minutes to go. Now under 11 with your score, West Florida 3, Lynn 1. Will DeBoer with you on the new Cougar Sports TV. Those of you tuning in expecting Columbus State and Lee, you won't be disappointed. They'll start playing in about half an hour. 5:45 start time scheduled for them. This game delayed for an hour and a half by severe weather in the region. Here is Bell. Shank the cross and turns it over. Here comes Lynn. Clearance. There's Kelly Field. Field, who scored the goal moments ago. And a hard tackle by Kaylee Smith. And there's a yellow card against Smith. That wasn't intentional. She played Bailey all the way. Kaylee Smith in her first match, her first weekend tournament for Lynn, picks up her first booking. David Joyce reaching for those pockets over the last couple of minutes. David J as well. Throw-in coming from Weisberg. West Florida bats it around, and this time it's Georgia Robert, the big 5'10" body, getting in on that one. Clearance overhead, Summer Schultz. Schultz in the far corner. Cross, and it goes to Chumik. Chumik taking all her time in the box there as we're at 9.5 minutes to go. Bell, the turnaround, burst of speed from Svenja Burkhart. Coming out for it was Caitlin Shaver. Out of play, and a throw-in coming up for West Florida as soon as they get that ball, which rolled up on the Publix tents that are shading the West Florida and Lynn sides. Well, isn't Publix nice? They give us these tents for nothing, and all we gotta do is tell you how great Publix is. I'm just kidding, that'd be payola. I'm speaking from the heart right now. And now a throw-in coming up for Lynn. Second ball we've had going to that Forest. And they will send somebody on an adventure to retrieve that ball before the Beast ends up getting it. Clock still ticking. 8.5 to go. On that sideline, Joe Bartlinski thinking, tick, clock, tick. Willing it to try and move faster. It's a 2-goal lead for West Florida, but Lynn has been feisty. They have not gone away all match. Robert, the advancement, looking for Kaylee Smith, booked moments ago. That's Donish Cole on it now. Cole fighting with Vogler for control, and it's a goal kick and a substitution. Sophie Brocklips coming back in for the Argonauts. On to replace Audrey Johnson. Johnson trots back. She did her duty for these few minutes. 7 and change to go. 3-1 West Florida. Brocklips has it taken away by Campbell. Campbell boxing out as if playing basketball, and they're going to get... Oh, they're going to get Brocklips for contact that time. Chance coming here for Lynn. Forwarded by the Argonauts. Turn around. There's Piriello. Jamie Piriello. Into the near corner. Out towards the end line. Working for it, beats her woman. Into the box. Clearance on the ground. The cross on the ground. Pass back out and a shot. Bailey gets in front of it once again. Georgia Bailey, responsible for a couple of key saves on that back line. Quick throw in, 6.5 to go. And now a throw in for West Florida. The Argonauts will be able to milk a few more seconds, even minutes off that clock. West Florida, 3 unanswered until they were answered in the second half. Kaylee Ward in the 14th minute, Darrell Bell in the 34th minute, then Bell again in the 71st, and then for Lynn, Kelly Field 18 seconds later in that 71st minute. That's where we stand right now. 3-1 West Florida. Under 6 to go. Columbus State in lead, due to start at 5:45. Stephen Williams will be on the call for that match. Throw-in coming for Lynn. Can Callie Morrell's bunch draw closer? Do they have enough time to perhaps pull off a stunner? Weisberg with the advancement. Controlled by Vogler. Here's Brocklips. Brocklips to Burkhart. Svenja touches it off. Fighting hard with Georgia Robert. Both bodies fly. Play on, says David J. Taylor Burkhart this time. Drops back. Vogler. Svenja Burkhart. Pocket pick by Emily Weisberg. Here's Georgia Robert. Georgia. Big body charging up, taking on that 4'11" Bree Young. Into the box, knocked out by Helgadottir. Darrell Bell. Svenja Burkhart, and now we'll see how much keep away West Florida can play. 4.5 to go, 3-1 cushion. Svenja. Cross pass on the ground, therefore it's Kaylee Ward. Ward in the shadows, dumps off to Bell. Bell tried to get it back to her. Darrow wanting a handball against Anna Shawley. Referee saying no. Donish Cole going after it. Will she get to the end line first? Yes, she does. She keeps it in, fighting against Georgia Bailey. Cole into the box. There's Dorr. Caroline Dorr, and it's cleared by Bailey. Throw-in coming up for Lynn. Under 4 to play. A clearance and a goal kick coming up. First substitution. First time today. Rachel Lassiter, the big 6'3" Texan from Texarkana. Played 15 minutes between 2 matches last year. After recovering from preseason injury, missed all but 7 matches in 2013 with injury, so Lassiter hoping to be healthy enough. If she is, what an advantage that is for Joe Bartlinski, a rather large individual on that back line. And really, I just want to see her stand next to Bree Young. You have a 6'3" person, a 4'11" person. And that's the new Manute Bol and Muggsy Bogues when they were standing next to each other in the 90s. Foul called, and the free kick coming up for Lynn. 3:05 to go. Fighting Knights fight still in them, but can they manage 2 goals in 3 minutes? Steep odds. Weisberg with everybody up in the box. 7 in the box for Lynn. Low on the ground, the deflection easily in the air, and Shoemaker's there for it. And now a yellow card. It's going against somebody. Turn around. Turn around! Looks like it went against Piriello. 17? Yes, Jamie Pariello, the third booking in just about a 15-minute span. The yellow card's really coming out of the pocket of David J. Bailey. Lassiter. There's Lassiter again, hands it off to Bell. Bell dumps back. Too far, out of play. And a quick throw-in coming for Lynn. 2:20 to play in this match. Time running out. West Florida on the verge of improving to 2-0. And Lynn on the verge of falling to, while a feisty 0-2, 0-2 nevertheless. Into the box, Young knocks it away. In pursuit, still Summer Schultz. Dump off. There's Cole. Cole from just outside the box. Cole around 3 West Florida defenders. Pass back. Hard charge. Piriello deflected away. Georgia Robert. Ooh, that one didn't miss by much. Just about 3 yards too high of the crossbar. Perhaps the last best chance for Lynn in this match. 100 seconds to go. Now 95 seconds to go. The Argonauts seconds closer to coming back to Pensacola with 2 big wins. Foul called against Lynn, and the Argonauts will have a chance to burn more time. Columbus State entering their locker room area. They are all warmed up. They are ready to go. They will begin play against Lee at 5:45, the finale of our 2015. Let me start over on that one. 2015 CSU Collegiate Invitational. Might as well just say 2015. It's easier. Under a minute to go. West Florida appears to have it sewn up. Lynn not giving up just yet. They have a chance to push forward, perhaps make it a 1-goal game on the scoreboard. Schultz advancing. There's Kaylee Smith. Smith in the box. There for it is Field. Drop off. Door too late for it, and the clearance by Taylor Burkhart. 28 seconds to go. We're almost at the end. Into the box and another clearance. 19 seconds. Janae Campbell. Georgia Robert. Desperation time for Lynn. Just trying to make it respectable on the scoreboard. And a nice header by Kaylee Smith. Just can't get it down in time. And that will do it for match number 7 of the CSU Collegiate. Your final score, the West Florida Argonauts 3 and the Lynn Fightin' Knights 1. Quick game recap. Kaylee Ward with a goal at 14 minutes for West Florida. Darryl Bell with the first goal at 34 minutes. Bell with a second goal and a third for West Florida at the 71st minute. 18 seconds later, Kelly Field put it in the back of the net in the 71st minute to make it 3-1 and give this match its final margin. Columbus State and Lee will now prep on the pitch. We'll be back in approximately 20 minutes for the start of that one. Until then, on behalf of all of us here at Cougar Sports TV, this is Will DeBoer saying so long for the moment. Go have a snack, go listen to Alice's Restaurant, take care of personal business, whatever you need to do, and join us again at 5:45 for CSU and Lee. This is the 2015 CSU Collegiate Invitational Tournament on the new Cougar Sports TV.